Let's take some deep breaths. What is today's video about? Today is about how to keep the spark alive when you're in a relationship. 5 tips on how to do that. I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I've had a number of relationships, and as a result, I have learned some things. I'm in a relationship now, and here's the thing. So if you're a guy that's into dating, info, seduction, this kind of stuff, you know that blue pill dating advice doesn't work. Being a nice guy, being a simp, etc. But then, when you get with someone, you've been like Mr. Rugged, Mr. Alpha Male, etc. And that allows you to be attractive enough to get into a relationship. But how do you maintain that while also being a good partner, boyfriend, husband, whatever? Here's a few things that I have learned. Okay, so number one is that you absolutely positively have to continue to be the man that you were when you first met. Okay, so what does this mean? You're not the guy that you were pretending to be when you were trying to get into her underwear. That guy needs to continue, because that guy is the one that she fell for. If you were faking that, then you need to make that become real, because something that happens is men will meet a woman and they try, and they show their best possible sides. Women do this too, mind you. But then once you actually get with the person, then you start to get comfortable, you get complacent, and then you care a lot less about impressing them and doing all the stuff that you were doing before. And then as a result, you turn into someone that they did not sign up for. And then as a result of that, they lose interest in you. Continue to be that guy. If you are fun and daring and exciting, you gotta continue to be fun, daring and exciting. If you were in shape, you got to continue to be in shape. If for some reason you courted her by buying her flowers all the time, you gotta continue to do that. Not that I would recommend that's something you should do, but if it was what you did to court her, it needs to continue. Keep being that guy. Also though, I guess we can call this a number 2. You gotta continue to level up as well. You can't actually stagnate, because there's this concept called hypergamy, which means that women are kind of inherently programmed to go for the best kind of man that they can get, and like to live, like women date up. Women date up, men date down. And there's a reason why, say, in 58 Shades of Grey or any other type of erotic novel, the man is always above the woman in terms of station in life. You want your woman to continue to see you as a desirable and sexy man as you guys continue together. You gotta level yourself up, which isn't keep being the same guy that you were when you first met. Being the same guy that you were when you first met means basically all of the good traits that she liked, keep those traits. Level yourself up. That basically means all the traits that you like, level them up if you can. Stuff that she was indifferent to, level it up. Stuff that she didn't like, level it up. So if you are becoming more confident as a man, she will feel that. If you're doing better in business, she's going to feel that. All of this sort of stuff. You have to continue to grow. There are so many relationships I've seen, especially in my time as a coach, where a man and a woman have split up. And when you look at why this has actually happened, it's like she got bored of him, and it's because she felt like he was going nowhere and just kind of like a slob who was in a holding pattern in life. I've seen this a lot. The amount of freshly divorced and freshly dumped men, where when you actually look at it, why are you divorced and why are you dumped? It's because there was nothing about you. There was nothing about you to make her feel like, oh, you know what, my man, he's a man. He makes me feel comforted, safe. He makes me feel safe. He makes me feel like he's got business handled. He makes me feel like he can take care of shit. Another one is that you can't let the relationship become boring. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can't let it become boring. It's kind of obvious, really, but like in life, we tend to settle into grooves, right? You find a groove, you settle into it, and then it's like, that is what we do, this is our groove. So even if, forgetting relationships, it's like if you go to work in the morning, you're taking the same route to work every morning, aren't you? You might have a wardrobe full of clothes, but I guarantee you that of that wardrobe full of clothes, you're wearing the same 20% of those clothes. You're wearing 80% of the time. You're wearing the same stuff. You and your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, will likely do the same things. You will go to the same restaurants. You will watch the same kinds of shows. You will do the same activities together. You're probably going to have the same types of sex. It's like it's going to become formulaic. But the more formulaic your relationship becomes, the more likely she is to get bored. Okay? Now, obviously, she needs to be putting in effort as well with you. Yes, this is true. But this is me speaking to you, the man, about things that you can do. So on the flip side, hopefully there's some other dating coach aimed at women who's saying the same thing to her about you. But I'm not speaking to her. I'm talking to you. You can't let it go stale. Right, so if we just take sex, right? There's an app called Spicer. There we go, an app called Spicer. What does Spicer do? It helps you to keep your relationship fresh, like in a sexual sense. So it operates like Tinder, right? So you are shown, you both have the app on your phones, and you're shown like a bunch of sexual scenarios, like various fetishes or various things that you guys could do together, like eat things off each other's body or have threesomes or whatever. And then you swipe left for no, right for maybe, no, right for yes, left for no, right for yes, and then there's something for maybe. And then when you have all of your matches, all of the things that you would either maybe do or definitely would do, you can add those into the bedroom. Gotta do stuff like that. Oh, and also, to be fair, this is more of a pre-relationship type deal. But assuming you're watching this and you're not in a relationship, if you want to be the kind of guy who does not get into a relationship in which his wife doesn't see him as a sexual being, which happens all the time, and then she is acting with you like she's a nun, like she's a virgin who would never do X, Y, and Z, and you're so frustrated because you want to do these things that she won't do with you, and then maybe you find out that she's done all of that stuff with other guys many times, stuff that you wish she'll do with you, she won't do it with you, but she's done it with other men. If you don't want to be that guy, you have to be sexual with her from the get-go. A mistake that men make is treating women like they're Snow White, right? And then if you treat a woman like she's Snow White and she has no sexuality, she will fall into that frame. And then she will treat you like she's Snow White and like she has no sexuality, because you've basically said to her, we don't have a naughty, erotic, carnal and kinky relationship. We have a Nickelodeon, Disney, whatever else type relationship, and we don't do those sorts of things. And once she has become programmed to see you like that, it's very difficult to get her out of that mindset. But anyway, I am rambling, but don't let the relationship become stale. Keep it fun, keep it fresh, but in as many ways as possible. So surprise her with sex, surprise her with gifts, surprise her with comments that she's not expecting. She sends you a text and you surprise her with a response. Surprise her with links that you send. Like, for instance, maybe one day she's at work and you strip your clothes off naked and you make a video of yourself laying on the bed stroking your nipples. I'm not saying that would be sexy, I'm saying she might find that hilarious. But if you send her that completely out of the blue, although who knows, maybe it will be sexy. But yeah, you send her that video completely out of the blue, she's gonna have an emotional response to that, and she's not expecting it, and you're making the relationship fun, exciting, all that kind of stuff. Alright, next one is to try in the bedroom. You really gotta try. There's a saying which basically goes like this: if you're great in bed, you can do whatever kind of BS and your woman is gonna put up with it because of how great the sex is. That is largely true. Now, I'm not telling you to do BS, right? I'm not telling you to do any BS that's gonna make her unhappy, but what I'm saying is, a sexually satisfied woman is a really happy woman. And I know this from both sides of the equation, okay? I have been the guy that has left women unsatisfied and extremely satisfied, and there's a world of difference between the two. And if you want her to not even remotely feel the need to stray and to be locked in with you, try in the bedroom, give her those orgasms, okay? If a woman is really into a guy, if she's like into you, other men won't even exist. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's like she will be laser focused onto you, laser. And a huge part of that is sex. So what are you gonna do? Like explore her body, explore, tease. So as men, we like to like go for the penetration, bam, bam, bam. We like to go for the promised land, right? That honey, that nectar, the soft crevasse between her thighs of which we all yearn, or to which we all yearn. Of which we all yearn, whatever, you get what I'm saying. We really want that. But a woman's entire body is an erogenous zone, everywhere from head to toe and all the way back up. Explore all of that. Teasing is absolutely great. Talk to her, whisper, music, play music in the background while you're doing stuff as well. Get yourself sex toys and whatever. If you guys are doing something sexual and you you guys are doing something and you release earlier than you would like to release, well, you can just wait and then go again. So something I've seen a lot of my clients do is they release sooner than they would like, and then they stop and they feel defeated, like they've done something bad and it's all over. It's not over. Wait a while, start again. I read a book called She Arrives First. Not arrives, but I'm trying not to get demonetized. It's called She Arrives First, The Thinking Man's Guide to Satisfying a Woman. One of the great lessons of that book is to actually let her arrive first. Because when the man arrives, well, sex becomes much less potent for both of them as a result. Like for instance, personally, I can arrive like twice in a session, and after that I'm just wasting my time. It's not fun. Women can arrive 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even more times and kind of keep going like the Energizer Bunny. Let her arrive a good few times, and then after she has arrived, you two can reach the destination. It is the best way to go about it. Maintain your balls. Okay, this one is big, right? This one is big, this is huge, this is massive, this is key, this is integral to the success of the entire operation, right? You need to do this. So I mean, obviously you need to treat her well, you need to make her feel loved and appreciated. All this stuff is true, but you still need to be a man. You still need to be a man. She needs to feel like if she crosses boundaries, you will enforce them, and that if ish went down, you would step up to the plate and do what needed to be done. It is critical, and that means calling her out on her BS. But like, here's one thing as well. So it's like, something I thought to myself is, let's say I do something that's genuinely wrong, right? Like I make some form of mistake. She calls me out on the mistake, and it's like, whoa, that's a mistake. All right, so here's the thing. You want to be a good human being, and you want to not do the mistake again, but also you want to be a man. So how do you be a man while also being a good human being, if you see what I mean? This is what I do. If you have a better suggestion, let me know, but this is what I do. So my girl said to me the other day, she called up something that I was doing, and it's like, oh, you know what? I actually shouldn't really do that. I mean, I could tell you what it was, but she just told me I was really messy and that I wasn't like cleaning up a lot at all. Like, yeah, you're actually right. Now, am I going to turn around and go, oh my God, you're right, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't be doing that, I apologize profusely? Nah, I'm actually not. Because if I say that, I'm starting to head into simpy territory. What did I do? Gave a mild apology, but didn't really lean into it. But then I just made a note to not do it again. There you go. That's actually what you want to do. Just like not do the thing. If she brings up something that's genuinely true, alter your behavior and just don't say anything about it. Just don't. So she was right, but don't lean into it and then act like a wimp. Just alter your behavior so that you're not doing the thing that upon retrospect you realize that you should not have been doing, and carry on. It's kind of like, say, like at the start of the relationship, like let's say you're on a dating app, right? And you see a woman and she goes, I love a strong man. That's what I love a strong man. You don't then turn around and say to her, hey, I'm a strong man, because everyone's going to say that, and that doesn't actually prove that you're a strong man. It's just words. You just let her know that you're a strong man in your actions, and she will be like, oh, he's a strong man. But you don't tell her that the reason why you made a point of showing her that is because that's what she wanted. You just do it anyway, and she gets what she wanted, and it's all good. So yeah, you've done something wrong, right? And you genuinely have. So we're not talking about simping. You're not simping. If you've done nothing wrong, you've done nothing wrong, stand your ground. However, you're a good human being and you're not a prick. So if you have done something wrong and it's like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. If you need to apologize, keep it brief, okay? But fundamentally, just change your behavior and just carry on as normal. Well, not as carry on as normal in terms of the mistake, but change your behavior and then just don't call attention to it at all. And then whatever it is that you did, she'll be like, oh, you didn't do that anymore. But I mean, if the thing that you have done is like sleeping with her sister, then you probably do need to apologize. But still, that's it for this video. So thank you. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe, and slam the notification bell, because when I get subscribers, when I get those, it makes me feel happy. So please do, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to know what you think, right? Am I on track? Am I on point? Do I have a point? Do you like the cut of my jib? Please do let me know. And go to the description because there's goodies, like I got free PDFs and things like that. And yeah, take care. Bye.